hope all of you are doing great this weekend, and this is going to be the weekly reading for all of us. And this time I was guided to use the Lover's Oracle, which, the cover looks like this, the Lover's Oracle. And I don't know why, but maybe the theme this week is relationships. Usually I don't think too hard, whenever I'm just picking out a deck. I'll just go with my gut and whatever feels right. So we'll see what messages we get. It's interesting that we're getting all these messages of divine love, and that I picked up this deck this week, because I'm actually doing a course, making a course on manifesting soulmate unions, divine relationships. And this week is going to be all about that for me, because I'm working with that energy and I'm making products related to it. So it should be interesting. So I'm looking forward to that. And before we get into the messages, I still have a 50% off on all of my readings for the month of April, while we're in lockdown. So please avail of that if that is something that you'd like to do with me. I do readings like this as well, along with Skype sessions, personal training, intensive training when it comes to self-mastery and coming into our ascension, our higher self. So there's all kinds of different services there, whether they work personally, through meditations and other kinds of work, these exercises, light exercises, or whether it's through receiving messages of higher guidance. So please check all of them out on my website. The link will be below this video. It's www.livingourascension.com. So if I didn't mention before, my name is Shruti Vashist, and now let's begin our reading. You can choose either number 1, 2 or 3, and then scroll down or scroll and find where your message begins. The timestamps will be below this video for all of us. Number 1, we're just going to pick one, and I'm going to go with this. Let's see what so this is what the image looks like. The artwork is really exquisite in this deck. I'm going to let you have a look on your own first. So that's what the card looks like, and now I'm going to have a look as well. Well, the message behind the card says, the past is now behind you. Release it and embrace new possibilities. A new path is now available to you. Follow it with faith. So as you can see, the image here, it's like really one of these lighter colors. So I really feel that it's full of light and full of faith. Wow, the wind is really strong. It's interesting because yesterday, just last night, I was writing this poem, and it was about the breeze blowing and the beloved coming, and that's probably going to be the next video that I upload on YouTube, so you can check it out, especially if you chose this particular message. But that's what I feel, that there'll be messages for you in nature. When the wind suddenly picks up, it's you can feel the presence of love there, the beloved within. And this is not just, this is not like a fairy tale concept. It has to do with how we were born. When we're born, it's like this essence, this flame that burns within, that is an eternal part of us, and part of that is our soul, twin soul frequency. And so it's the love like the way Rumi talked about, the beloved that lives in all. It's not just this person that is outside of you that you find in this life and you'll be happy with them forever. The beloved is this essence that lives within, that is a part of you. And when you really live in it, you will feel it everywhere, and that is the presence of love in your life. You'll feel it in your relationships, you'll feel it in nature, and it'll just be in everything. And then the higher aspect of that is that we see everything as the beloved, and we respond to everything as though they are our beloved. We have that intimate relationship with life, with everybody, and just everything in life, and with ourselves, of course. So I feel that's what you're coming into, and it's this really light vibration. It's not that intense, but there's this rising into love, yeah, from a smaller heart to a bigger heart, and these angelic wings that are opening up. Whoops. So I feel that since these angelic wings are opening up, it's a new level of love for you. And you'll be seeing this in your external relationships, most especially, because maybe you've done the internal work already and you've seen the effects that self-love and just knowing love, the way what effects it has in your own life and growth. But now it's the time to also see it reflected in your outer relationships. So there's something coming that's of a really light nature for you, and there's messages around. So I hope that this reading resonated with you. Let me know in the comments below, and subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time. So if you chose number 2, then let's pick a card for you. I'm going to go with something from over here. So this is the one that you get. It's interesting because even choice number 1 had wings. This deck otherwise is all about these soulmates, and there's all these images of lovers and stuff, but the first 2 choices are these wings. It's interesting. So your message is new beginning. A new adventure awaits. Embrace it and live your dreams passionately. So what I feel with this is, doves, they symbolize love, but birds just in general, they symbolize messages. So I feel that there's these messages of love that are around for you. And watch out for messages that you get from people, other people, It could also be the animal kingdom, since this is a bird, so it could be the birds bringing you messages. Feathers also, when you see feathers around, that's a sign of synchronicity, and that it's like higher guidance. It can be one of those signs just in general, and now this bird has shown up for you. So I feel that there could be messages there, but it could also be in the words of other people, because again it symbolizes messages. Birds are sort of traditionally were known, like carrier pigeons is the image that comes to mind. So but I feel that these carrier pigeons, these messages are coming to you. Another way that they might come to you is through relationships. So so watch out for that. And as I'm looking from the corner of my eye, I can actually see all these birds flying. There's this eagle that's there, and it's just drifting in the air like that. It's going it's this really gentle way of flying right now, because usually these guys can be pretty aggressive when they're looking for food. They're birds of prey, but there's this softness that was there right now in this eagle. It was just allowing the wind to take it wherever the wind wants to take it. And so I feel that that's another message for you right now, that there is a new beginning there for you, specifically within relationships, your relationships that already exist, or new ones. But I also feel that there's something new there too, maybe a new relationship of some kind that's coming for you that will be quite enriching. It has to do with your divine purpose as well. This is a card of divine purpose, and it's sort of bringing you messages of what your purpose in the now is. There might be some support that's there from another person also through this, if you have an open heart and you take it up, you take it on. So try and be flexible. Go where the wind is taking you. Go with the feeling in your heart. You don't have to decide the moment you see somebody, whether this is my business partner or my life partner, or my friend for life, or whatever it might be. You just go with the flow. You don't have to decide everything. It's about enjoying the moment and living that to the fullest. That if the first thing feels right, have an open heart and allow that support, that partnership to come in. And then just go from there wherever it takes you, and you'll know your next step just like you knew your first step. So that is the message for you for this week. Let me know if it resonates, what happens this week for you in the comments below, and subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. And that's it. I'll see you very soon in the next video. If you chose number 3, then we're going to pick a card for you right now, and I can hear these birds suddenly starting to chirp, these new birds that weren't around before, as I said number 3. So let's see what your card is. We're going to pick something from maybe over here. Let's see what you get. And this is the card that you get with this beautiful artwork. Just have a look first, and then I'll have a look after that. So the message behind the card is Sacred Union. It says, honor and treasure your relationship, for it is truly sacred. So I feel here that this is a really high vibrational card for you. And what I feel is that sometimes we're looking for things to dramatically shift, in our relationships, and we expect that the next person that comes will be, completely different, or if we're already in a relationship and it's a long-term relationship, we feel that, perhaps this person will change, or we're trying to change them somehow subconsciously. But I feel that the way that your relationship will elevate to the next level for you, and all the desires that you have regarding it, the way that they're shifting is when you honor what's already there. Sometimes we don't see what we have in front of us, and that doesn't mean justifying everybody's dysfunction, but it does mean accepting them as they are, and not expecting them to change. You can always make a decision around how you want to be treated by another person. There needs to be boundaries regarding that, but there shouldn't be a need to try and change the other person. Even if the other person changes, it's something that is inspired, that they are inspired to do as a result of how we are with that person. So part of coming into divine relationship also is speaking to the master within people. So that means you speak to the best of whatever their higher potential is. You speak to that person that lives within them, and not to like the immature boy or girl that lives within them, rather the master that lives in each one of us. And when you are anchored in that vibration yourself first, you don't get rattled by what's happening, by these more trivial games that us humans play, where we blame each other and we suck each other into this drama. When you can step outside of that, stay within the moment, but you don't have to attach yourself to the drama. You can respond in a masterful way about what your needs are, where your boundaries are. And that is the best way, if it is even to happen, that we give the chance to the other person to come into their highest as well. That's the only way to make change happen within relationships that we desire from other people. So that's what I feel, that what you have, there's more potential there than you realize. So you need to give it a better chance before making any big decisions. Or if you have a certain desire and it's not happening, that is the way to go about it. So there can be intimacy that's had as a result, with yourself and with your partner. But I feel there's another message here as well. Maybe for some of you it's a little bit different, and because there's all of these spirals that are there, and it's in this like dark blue and dark like black, dark blue, violet sort of colors. So I feel that there's messages coming to you from a different timeline. There's these timelines that exist, that are parallel. We exist as a human being in this realm, on the earth, but at the same time, inside of us, inside our higher heart, lives our twin soul essence. And that is not just what people talk about in like media. It's a very frivolous surface way of looking at it, where you'll find the right person and everything will be fine, and they are a reflection of you. They are a reflection of you, but it's this essence that lives within that is becomes a mirror in every relationship that you have, your relationship to life, to love, to yourself. That's what the twin soul union really is. And so you might be coming into the next level of your twin soul union. That means you can live it in the outer as well. That's how you are becoming more of a master, and sort of calling out to the master in others too. But there's messages coming through that twin soul frequency from within, that place of sacred union that lies within you first. And these messages might be coming for you in your dream state, either as an actual dream that you have when you're sleeping, or the first thoughts that come up when you wake up in the morning, because that time is when our intuition is, we don't have anything that we have placed in front of it, we don't have these doubts and these thoughts, because we're in a full state of surrender when we're sleeping. So right after we wake up, or while we're actually sleeping, if we remember our dreams, so there's messages that are coming for you from there, from those realms. And these also reflect, your particular twin soul frequency, what you do in your service, what love feels like for you, what you do with love, which is what every human is. But every human expresses love differently through their creativity, their purpose, their journey just in life. So some hints about your particular frequency may be coming, in that way. Even the birds were chirping right at the beginning of this number 3 reading that we started. And I feel that there's going to be those exchanges that are there for you as well this week, that are happy, that are light, that are more about love and just the exchange of love and being in this human body, and just feeling the joy and of that, rather than this intensity. Those are your messages, quite a few of them for number 3. So I hope that you enjoyed this reading. Please let me know in the comments below if any of that resonated with you. And that's it, from me. Please subscribe to this channel if you haven't done so already. And I will see you next time.